Your kingdom come, this city is yours, we're waiting on you.
Hey everyone, so I'm just going to be adding an additional note onto the talk from the 21st of June that was on failure and how we approach that. I'm going to help us unpack a couple of additional questions or things to think about either in our groups or just individually and what we can then practically action. And there's also a study guide that's available on our website, or you can click through that in the caption below. Okay, so we've covered that everyone will experience failure at some point, and the things of this world will fail us as well. But if we take a closer look at the ministry of Jesus on earth that we can see in the Gospels, really, to the world standards, he was a failure as well. He was poor, homeless, betrayed, and also ended up dying on a cross, which was really not the savior that people were expecting. And as Christians, we know that this was all part of God's bigger plan to save us through Jesus taking our sin upon him and then rising again so that we could be in relationship with God. But as we strive to walk more like Jesus, I wondered whether there is a challenge for us to look at what we spend most of our time doing in life. You know, our lifestyle and our goals. What are our priorities in life? And what are we trying to achieve? And who are we doing them for? Perhaps in your discussion, apply some critical thinking and chat about what your purpose is, either in your work or in whatever you spend most of your time doing in your life. Then I'd like you to follow up with some discussion about some practical ways that you can fulfill your purpose. So in the talk, I mentioned how we still need to be working on acting justly, loving mercy, and walking humbly. So how do we go about doing that? Maybe to start with, for acting justly, it involves getting more politically engaged. A lot of us heard about the footballer Marcus Rashford's campaign just this week to continue vouchers for free school meals during the summer holidays, which will mean that there will be provision for 1.3 million children in England. And that's amazing. Now, people could have, dismissed his engagement by just saying, look, stick to football, mate. Politics is not for you. But that would be a lie. Sometimes political engagement is where the most justice can be brought through change, and Jesus himself was pretty politically active. So as Christians, we maybe do need to get more political and raise a fuss when we see injustice through writing to our MPs, joining in with protests safely, and also showing up to vote in different elections. Phil Vischer, whom many of you will know as Bob the Tomato, or Potato, from VeggieTales, tweeted this: "We can hold these things in tension, praying for God to move in hearts while working to alleviate suffering through policy and reform. Both and, not either or." And that's super helpful. So why not spend a couple of minutes discussing how you can practically love mercy and walk humbly as well, and see what you guys can come up with. And it's not enough to just talk about it. James 2 verse 17 says, "In the same way, faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead." So what are you going to do about it practically? Why not put something in the calendar, put something down to mark that you are going to do this at what time, and also keep each other accountable in your groups and ask for updates. A little loving challenge can be a huge blessing. As we get our priorities straight and put them into practice, may we see more of Jesus in us and through us.